Hey guys, it's Kyle and Shannon with K&S Get Out. We are back out here at the land, and it is a gorgeous evening out here. We're just a couple hours from sunset. What's the weather like?
It's like lower 60s, 63, somewhere around in there.
Money.
It's cool enough that I like to stand in the sun so that I don't get too cold. Anytime I'm in the shade, I'm getting a little bit chilly.
Yeah, I'll be standing around, all of a sudden she just disappears. I'm like, hey, where'd you go?
Sunlight.
Sunlight. So last time we mentioned the trail cam footage and that we found something kind of interesting, and we did, and I apologize we didn't get around to it in that video to go over it. So tonight we wanted to come out and show you what we were talking about. We've already pulled the memory card, reviewed it again for this time around. We'll flash up some of the images and videos once we get to that point, but I'm going to stick this back in there, and here in a little bit I think we're going to go up and light a fire so that we can prep for when the temperature is going to drop another, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 degrees or something. So stick around and we'll build that fire and we'll have a sit down with you and show you what we saw on the trail cam.
So I keep looking at that little well house and how ugly it is. And I keep thinking, if we are going to keep it, if we're going to keep the well there, even if we just have it as a spot to run water for animals or have a hose or whatever, if we do end up tearing the barn down, maybe we should pull some of those boards and use those for the sides of that, just to make it look a little bit prettier.
You don't like the custom?
No trespassing?
Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea.
I mean, it's a good little well house.
It could definitely use a little sprucing up, that's for sure.
Anyway, it's just an idea. My wheels are turning.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen Crocodile Dundee, but this always reminds me of the scene where he's got the knife, and or the other guy's got the knife, he pulls out, he's like, that's no knife, here's a knife. That's how I feel about this lighter.
It's not really a lighter, it's more of a torch.
Oh, it's 100% a torch. I think it even says torch on it. Yeah, but a buddy of mine, they have some land, and he would light his fires with this, and man, I was always gawking over it. So for Christmas that year, this is what he got me. It's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome.
So as you can tell, there's clearly a fire right next to you. We're trying to get it going. We've had a ton of rain, I don't know, the last 2, 3, 4 days.
Yeah.
And all this stuff is really saturated. Some of it's from the oak that was downed that we cut up, and then some of it, which is terrible burning wood, but it's old, so I didn't think it would hold water as much. So yeah, anyway, trying to build a fire. The wind is a little bit swirly, so if you get smoke in the lens, sorry. Or if you see smoke coming this way, it is a contained fire that we're burning. But it's getting cool out here, so we just wanted to prep.
So from some of the footage that we found on the trail cam, you know, we talked a little bit in the last video about having some squatters back there in the barn, and we pretty much got proof of that on our trail cam. So we're gonna play it, we're gonna let you see it, but we definitely have a different outlook whenever we come out here, and a few things that we do before we actually ever even get started on the property now. A few places that we check.
I might make the rounds with a boomstick. Pretty
That's
big.
a good way to put it. Boomstick.
Yeah. So, you know, the big thing of it is I understand. You know, I don't want to run the guy off because I'm just a bad person or a mean person, but
it's not the case
at
all.
And I'm not making the judgment. I understand there are so many homeless people out there. There are so many people that choose to be homeless. I get that. But obviously as the land changes hands, you know, we're gonna be out here. We're gonna be out here as much as we possibly can. We love it out here. I don't wanna run the risk every time we're out here that, you know, he's gonna sneak up on us. Or do I think he has ill intent? No, I don't. I think it's just land that hasn't been touched in a long time. It's a holy roof over his head, but
still a roof.
Still a roof, but you know, I don't want Shannon coming out here by herself. She knows how to take care of herself. We have trained properly in that, and she knows now, of course, that if she is out here to, you know, bring boomsticks. I don't know how else to say that. I don't know what YouTube likes and doesn't like. So, but you know, from the video, the guy's not a big guy. He carries a bag that probably has all of his belongings in it, and I think we saw that on the trail cam. And then as we were editing the video from last week where we were looking in the barn,
Yes.
we were going through it, and I was looking over Shannon's shoulder because she does most of the editing. Rock on. But I noticed, I was like, man, the mattress, the box spring, something's different than from what I remember. So we looked back at the very first video when Shannon poked her head in the barn and did a little shot, and sure enough, the mattress has been repositioned, the box springs has moved, and it's not been us.
Right. We haven't even gone in the barn yet. It's completely, to us, it's completely new because we haven't actually like stepped foot inside it, but somebody else has.
Yeah, and we went and cleared the barn today before we started doing anything, and it did kind of look again like maybe some stuff moved. Ironically, the trail cam did not have any footage of him coming up the driveway like he did last time. We had a lot of deer and a couple of bucks. We didn't see him again, so he either saw the trail cam and knew he needs to take a different route, or he has multiple routes to get back to the barn that aren't just straight up the driveway. We've got an interstate back here where if you walked all the way through the property on the other side, there's power lines and the big easement before the interstate, and that may be how he gets from here to some of the other adjacent cities. I don't know.
And it could just be that he was passing through. We don't know.
Well, I mean, other than the mattress and box springs moving.
Well, I know, but I mean, like, to not see him again, like that, it could have been a one-time thing. He just needed a place to sleep that night.
There's also a mattress and a box springs in the barn.
And
But you could be right.
It has been moved even more since the last time that we were here.
Yeah, we noticed today. We'll check. We haven't checked the footage from last weekend yet, but it did feel like the box springs and mattress were a little bit closer to the entrance. But we'll find that out and probably tell you in the next video. But I want to err on the side of sympathy. I don't want to just run him out. I don't want to put a boomstick in his face by any means.
No.
We just want to protect ourselves. We do not mean harm. We do not mean to be jerks about it. But if we can interact with him, I just want to tell him, like, hey, you got to move on.
The land is changing ownership, and
Yeah.
we're going to be out here a lot more, and we don't want to have a surprise all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's so peaceful out here, you guys. We can hear a little bit of the highway background noise, but it's not like living in the middle of town. I mean,
Yeah.
it is. You look around and we see the sun peeking through the trees. We see, nature at its fullest, and it is just, it's gorgeous. It's peaceful. It's where we want to be.
Yep.
This is our dream.
We haven't done this. I mean, I grew up around some woods. I had some family that had some land down in the sticks, and we would play out there. I mean, we'd go camping, a couple 100 yards behind their house, and it was just like this. So I've had this, but it's been, 20 years or longer. I hate to even admit that. But yeah,
we don't want to tell you how old we are.
Yeah, it's been over 20 years since we've done anything like this. So this is legitimately like the first time in a couple of decades that, we can come out here and do this. So
Yep.
we love it. We appreciate that you guys come along, man. By the time this video is posted, we may break it, but we are almost. I mean, we can
So
smell 10,000 subscribers.
So close. Thank you for that, by the way.
That's you guys. Yeah, it's surreal.
Yes.
We've not been on long. Chad Adler Farms and Dad, Grandpa Adler Farms, we 100% understand that they are the reason we're able to do the kickstart so hard and just come out swinging. But all the rest of it, it's you guys. So thank you so much. We've been trying to talk ourselves into going live for a long time. This is kind of a live setting. We're kind of practicing a bit, but it's, you know, we're a little nervous for it. So have a little mercy on us if you guys join that, and we may do that because of the 10,000.
Yes. If we can get to 10,000, we'll definitely take a weekend and go live. How about that?
She said it.
We throw that out there.
She said it. It's official. Comment down below too if you have a suggestion. What probably works best for us would be Saturday evening.
Yes.
I think we did have a commenter one time say that not many people do a lot on Saturday evenings or Sunday evenings. Typically we have family time on Sundays, so we're pretty wrapped up Sunday evenings for the most part. But yeah, if Saturday, I don't know, 6 o'clock. Of course, it's going to be dark at 6 o'clock here in the coming days.
It's 5:54 right now.
So we'll figure it out.
We'll
I don't know.
figure it out,
Make
guys.
suggestions though, because I mean, what works for us may not work for you. What works for you may not work for us. We'll figure it out. We may go at 6 in the morning. That is not true at all. We won't do that. But
we don't wake up that early.
well, not on a Saturday.
Not on non-work days.
Yeah. So yeah, let us know if you'd be interested in us going live. We'll give it a shot. I know there's a lot of things that we haven't told you about ourselves that maybe you're curious about. I have no idea. Some things we still are not going to share with you, even if you ask it. So, you know, keep it reasonable. But all right, so it happened. Like we talked about in the opener, that sun went down under the horizon. The temperature easily dropped. I haven't looked at it.
Easily 10.
Easily 10. I mean, we're pushing 15 maybe. Where we at?
Not quite 15.
Not quite 15. But it's the hands are cold. So yeah, we had to add a little layer or two here.
Yes.
We're good. Well, that's all we've got for today. You know, let us know what you think. Any opinions, or have you guys run into that before? And if so, how did it go? What'd you do? Do you call the authorities? Do you confront the guy yourself? Yeah, we're just curious, and we'll probably seek some advice. I'll talk to Chad at Adler Farms and Dad at Grandpa Adler Farms, and I believe I'm going to get 2 different answers, but sometimes that's the nice thing about it, is getting different perspectives and how we should handle it. And the guy honestly may just stop once he notices that, you know, we're clearly out here all the time. He may move on. So again, guys, we greatly appreciate you tuning in. We get so much support from you telling us that no matter what we do, you're going to watch our videos. We can't wait for the next one.
We appreciate that so much.
Yeah.
So much, especially with this process of getting started. We appreciate the support that you guys have given us. That's huge to us.
Yeah.
Please don't let that go to the wayside.
Yeah, we've dreamt of this for a long time. We've looked for land. We've talked about it. We're like, we got to get out of the city, and we want this for our future. You know, we want to be able to do this. So, you guys coming along, providing support, providing information, not too terribly much criticism, but it comes. I get it. It's fine. You guys have been super supportive. You guys, it's been awesome. We're so excited to break that 10,000 mark, and we're going to keep forging ahead. Yeah. This is what we are doing, and we're bringing you with us. And so many of you have expressed that you want to come with us. You love that you've seen it from day one, and you have seen it from day one, aside from us, you know, finding the land.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you're right there with us. You're going to see what we do with it. We're gonna take your feedback, and some of it may get implemented out here. Some of it may already have. I don't even know. It's been nice. It's been very nice.
It has been nice. We'll see you next time. We appreciate you coming along with us, and that's all we got.
That's all we got. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.